Hello YouTube, and it's been a couple weeks since my last video, and it's mostly because I've been doing some thinking on my channel. I decided to start coming on screen or on camera for you guys, mostly to make my videos a little bit more personable, so that way it's not just a random voice talking to you guys. You guys have a idea of what I look like. And today I'm going to be making a different video. I'm going to be making a video about my favorite retro video game system to collect for, and my favorite retro video game system to collect for is the OG original PlayStation 1. I hold up a game here because I don't feel like grabbing out my PS1. And the reason why the original PS1 is my favorite system to collect for is because everything on the PS1 is pretty much cheap. Now, some people will say, well, what about the RPGs and a few of those random games? Well, that's true, but there's still a ton of cheap, good RPGs on the PS1. So, right here I grabbed a stack of games that I paid. The most I paid for any of these games was $10. Okay, so we have Spec Ops Airborne Commando, which I paid $2 for. Jared Wimbrett's Stock Car Racing, which I paid $2 for, but the graphics look pretty decent actually. Air Combat, the first Ace Combat game actually, and it's pretty good. WWF SmackDown 2, Know Your Role. I paid, I think, $1 for this. 2 Extreme, a really fun extreme sports game that I paid $1 for. Literally 99 cents, if you guys can make out that price tag. Cheap, a really fun puzzle game that I spent $4 for, if you guys can see that price tag. This is actually a pretty decent 3D platformer. It's Stuart Little 2. It's a good Super Mario 64 3D style platformer. Really fun stuff. And I paid, I believe, $4 for this plus shipping. This is one of the gems on the PlayStation 1 that nobody really talks about is All-Star Slam and D-Ball. I might make a video on this. Actually, this is really fun, really good stuff. This is another gem on the platform. It's a 2.5D platformer called Spider, the video game. This is actually a really hard game to search for on eBay because Spider-Man on PS1 always comes up. If you just search like Spider PS1, this game won't tend to come up. But this is a really fun 2.5D platformer. I have a lot of really good memories playing this as a kid, and I only paid, I think, $10 for this. So then we have stuff like Quix Neo, which is a really fun puzzle game, action arcade puzzle game, really fun stuff, really good, which I paid $3 for. Ninja Shadow Assassin, which I haven't tried yet, but it looked really fun. The thing that I like about the original PS1 is it's almost like being a little kid again at the, when I go to buy a PS1 game, because I just look at the back of the box, look at the screenshots, read what the game is about from the back art. I look at the cover art and I say, do I want to play this? And I go, yeah, I'll pay $8 for that. And if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. It's not a huge financial investment. So it's really enjoyable to just pick up a stack of PS1 games for virtually nothing and find one that's pretty good. Blaster Master, blasting again. I actually owned this previously or prior for loose, but I I got rid of the loose copy, and then I found it, complete for $2. I knew it was like a $2 game when I had it loose, so I wanted to track it down again. It's okay. Spin Jam, a really good puzzle game. I really recommend it. This is another like $2 game. Hugo, the Evil Mirror. This is another like $2 game, and it's okay. It's a 3D platformer. I wouldn't recommend it that much, honestly. Hot Shots Golf, a really fun golfing game, which is another really cheap game. This one I haven't actually had the pleasure to try out yet, but it looked really cool. It's called Streak Hoverboard Racing, and I looked this up on eBay. This is only like a $2-3 game. It looked really cool from the gameplay I watched, and the screenshots on the back of the box totally sold me on this. RC Revenge. It looked like a pretty decent RC game. Had some really cool gameplay looking on the box. And then the last one, all of it, is Tempest X3. And to my knowledge, this is the only version of Tempest 3000 that you can actually find on a home console that isn't the Apple new one. And this is only like a $5-10 game. And it's really fun. I really recommend it. Really good game. So you can find all those games that I just showed for less than $10. Maybe Spider will cost you $12, maybe. But you can find all those games, and most of them are pretty good. And you can find a lot more than that for super cheap on the OG PS1. And that's why the original PS1 is slowly becoming my favorite system to collect for. Because you can just go with maybe $30 and find a stack of original PS1 games, and a lot of them are pretty good, a lot of them are pretty decent. I do a lot of collecting for GameCube and Nintendo 64, and those systems are really expensive to collect for. At least the better games are more expensive to collect for. So it's really refreshing to find a system with some pretty good games on it that are still really cheap. It's really nice to collect for the original PlayStation 1. And overall, if you don't collect for OG PS1, I would recommend at least giving it a try, because it's almost like being a little kid again, and you just look at the back of the box, say, that looks okay, and you try out the game. And if it's something really good, like a Stuart Little 2, which is a really fun platformer, or a All-Star Slam and D-Ball, sorry, I can't seem to, or it's a All-Star Slam and D-Ball, something like that, something really good, really fun that you didn't think you would find. It's really cool to check out games like this on the original PlayStation 1. It's really refreshing. So that's the video for today, you guys. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like this video down below, subscribe, click that notification button, I guess is a new thing, and be sure to comment. If you guys have any game suggestions for PS1, like cheap ones, I'm open to ears, I'm open. Let's see, yeah, be sure to leave a comment down below, and thank you.